sometimes it helps if you get down on the floor's level. You know, you gotta get down. Hey guys, it's Woody back with the Man and the Goat. For those of you that do not know, the purpose of this channel is it's a lifestyle improvement channel geared towards independent and self-reliant people. So if that is you, go ahead and why don't you consider get subscribed right now. We'd really appreciate that. So in this video, we're going to start it off kind of like we do most of them in the workshop, the messy workshop. I really got to get this thing put together. Maybe I'll get to that one of these days. But this video actually is going to be a part of a remodel that I've been doing for a buddy of mine. We're actually redoing the closet. We took a linen closet and we turned it into a walk-in closet by utilizing some attic space. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the full video where we actually document everything that we did. And it was a challenging project to say the least because of the angles and everything like that. And I will talk about that in that actual video. But for this one, I'm just gonna show you how we put down the linoleum flooring. So in this, it's a pretty quick and short, down and dirty video. It's really not too difficult to install that stuff. Just one thing to keep in mind is to give yourself plenty of wiggle room. You'll probably hear about that more later in the video. But we'll go ahead and get started and start rolling that footage of us installing the linoleum flooring. We're gonna start installing this flooring, this laminate flooring. But first, before you do that, you wanna make sure that the flooring you're gonna put it on is one solid piece. So we didn't have that in this attic space. It was chopped up pieces of subfloor that was in here. So we went ahead and put down what I call this Luan. It's real thin plywood that you can get. But we went ahead and cut that to length and to size, and we installed that, and we got it all cleaned up from our drywall dust. Make sure you subscribe so that you can actually see the full build of this. But right now I'm going to show you guys how you put this flooring in. We're doing it in a smaller space, so if you're trying to do larger areas, obviously you're going to have to, you know, combine sections. We're not doing that here, but I'm going to show you how I do it in a, you know, closet or even a bathroom whenever you got a sheet. So yeah, start with a clean, fresh floor. Make sure it's clean of all the debris. We stapled this down. I've hammered those staples flat so that they're not protruding up too much. We do have a little bit of this stuff, but I'm not as worried about that. I got most of the stuff picked up, and I think we're ready to go. So we'll go ahead and pull that in and get started. All right, so we got this rough cut before we put it in. We measured our largest span and cut it to that as far as the width, and then tried to cut it close to the length. There's going to be baseboard down, but you want to cut it oversized for your area, and then we're going to start trimming with a utility knife. We're just going to cut a little bit at a time until we get it, you know, situated how we like it. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. And I'm going to start with probably the more complicated areas, like this door jamb. Let's go over there, circle down. I think that's probably pretty good. I'm gonna put this door here. I'm gonna cut. Let's do this side first. Over here. Settle this out. I think that's really easy with a knife. Okay. I was gonna cut my part. And again, there's going to be baseboard, so that's why you do this before you put your baseboard in if you can, because it actually makes it easier on you. So we left quite a bit of empty space on the back side, just in case we kind of had a mess up over here, which I did. I cut it a little too big back this way. So we just slid the whole thing this way because we want this to sit fairly tight to this edge. of this. So now I'm going to trim it off so that it's, you know, fairly even. We'll fill this in with caulk once we're finished. But now we're actually pretty much fit to the room, almost. So we're doing well. Just make sure you leave some on the back end in case you mess up in your door jamb or wherever. You still have some room to play, you know? Just like that. All right. Sweet. Let's go ahead and we gotta trim this piece of, easy, sir. Easy. There we go. That'll be good. Again, we have baseboard. It's gonna cover. If you're putting it in an existing space and you just want to leave the baseboards in and not remove them, it's going to be a little bit harder. It can be done, but you're going to have to be a lot more careful than what I'm being. What did I call it before? Vinyl? It's linoleum.
Yeah.
So I misspoke earlier and said vinyl flooring. It's linoleum. Alright, so leave it in the comments. Idiot. Saying vinyl, not linoleum. But it's linoleum, and we got this double-sided tape. Check your manufacturer instructions. There's different types of linoleum flooring. So I don't know what type you have, but this type you can use tape. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to tape around the edges. So the baseboard and the trim, that'll all hold it in place. But just to make sure, we're going to tape it, especially in these doorways. You definitely want something holding it down. Some of it you glue, and we probably could have glued this, but we're going to use this tape here. It's home easy stuff. Hey, probably made in the USA, which is good. So now we're just going to go around and slowly get her stuck down. So we're working with a precarious light situation here, but basically just pull back your linoleum and then run your tape along the edges. That's what we're doing. Honestly, we probably could have used a damp cloth to make this even cleaner, but we didn't. And we're gonna roll with it because we want to get this done. The baseboard's gonna be holding it down as well. The flooring, it's just a closet, so you know it's not gonna have heavy foot traffic. But if your area is gonna have heavy foot traffic, maybe use a different type of linoleum, one that's definitely gluable. You know, I would recommend that. Just keep in mind, what is the room that you're working on going to be used for? That's my unprofessional advice. We definitely got little pieces here. We should have vacuumed this up, boss. You get the gist of it. That's basically it right there. Just fold it back and lay your tape in. Before you actually stick it down, so we got the tape only on the outside. You don't need to do the middle for a situation like this. But before you stick it down, I like to put it all around the whole area and then go back and start peeling it. So that's what we're going to do now. Alright, so there's a real thin piece on top, and now see, it leaves that behind. So you just got to try to pry it up. It can be a little tricky, but we're going to go ahead and pry this. We'll pull it off. We need to get this one. I got it. Oh, sorry. We got that one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that one. Alright, we're gonna let this side fall. Let's do it.
You don't get that corner?
No.
Okay.
We'll get it. Press it down on there. Alright, so we got that side. Now I'm gonna come over here and lift this one off. And just go around and do that. Alright, so we got it all stuck down, cut to the length we want. Make sure your lines of your tile line up and look good, you know, before you stick it down. I think this is going to work. But now we'll give you a look after we put all the trim in, all the baseboards in actually, so you can have a look at it and see what it looks like. Like I said, it's easier to do this way because you have more play. But if you are in a situation where you have to cut it perfectly to an already existing baseboard, just be careful and take your time. Patience is definitely going to be the virtue. But if you have a situation like ours, you have a little bit more leeway. Let's look at the flooring with the baseboards on. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it. It's gonna wrap it up, I think. Like I said, the biggest thing is making sure you give yourself plenty of wiggle room whenever you're installing that linoleum. The purpose of this video is for installing linoleum in short spaces, short areas like a closet or even a bathroom. You know, this technique would work okay for those types of situations. If you're gonna do a large room in linoleum, there's gonna be more steps involved. And I think there's other YouTube videos out there, I'm sure, that you could go and watch to figure out how to do that. But if you just wanna put some in like a closet or a laundry room, you know, a laundry room would probably be a good place for that linoleum. I personally, in things that I do in my own house, I don't usually use linoleum. Not that it's bad, but it's not my first choice. But that's what they wanted for this one, so that's what we did. I think it turned out pretty nice. Why don't you go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. Do you use linoleum flooring yourself? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you like about it? And what do you hate about it? Those types of things I want to hear in the comments below. And of course, if you got anything out of this video, or if it was entertaining at all and you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. We would appreciate that. That will help out this channel immensely. We're a small channel trying to grow, so we appreciate that. And with all that being said, I'm Woody with the Man and the Goat. Join our tribe. See you later.